Episode number 147. The Queen remained for a short time to receive the compliments of the city dignitaries, and to reply to the salutations of the ladies. All at once the King appeared with the Cardinal at one of the doors of the hall. The Cardinal was speaking to him in a low voice, and the King was very pale. The King made his way through the crowd without a mask, and the ribbons of his doublet scarcely tied. He went straight to the Queen, and in an altered voice said, "Why, madam, have you not thought proper to wear your diamond studs, when you know it would give me so much gratification?" The Queen cast a glance around her, and saw the Cardinal behind, with a diabolical smile on his countenance. "Sir," replied the Queen, with a faltering voice, "because, in the midst of such a crowd as this, I feared some accident might happen to them." "And you were wrong, madam. If I made you that present it was that you might adorn yourself therewith. I tell you that you were wrong." The voice of the King was tremulous with anger. Everybody looked, and listened with astonishment, comprehending nothing of what passed. "Sir," said the Queen, "I can send for them to the Louvre, where they are, and thus your Majesty's wishes will be complied with." "Do so, madam, do so, and that at once, for within an hour the ballet will commence." The Queen bent in token of submission, and followed the ladies, who were to conduct her to her room. On his part the King returned to his apartment. There was a moment of trouble and confusion in the assembly. Everybody had remarked that something had passed between the King and Queen, but both of them had spoken so low that everybody, out of respect, withdrew several steps, so that nobody had heard anything. The violins began to sound with all their might, but nobody listened to them. The King came out first from his room. He was in a most elegant hunting costume, and Monsieur and the other nobles were dressed like him. This was the costume that best became the King. So dressed, he really appeared the first gentleman of his kingdom. The Cardinal drew near to the King, and placed in his hand a small casket. The King opened it, and found in it 2 diamond studs. "What does this mean?" demanded he of the Cardinal. "Nothing," replied the latter. "Only, if the Queen has the studs, which I very much doubt, count them, sir, and if you only find 10, ask Her Majesty who can have stolen from us the 2 studs that are here." The King looked at the Cardinal as if to interrogate him, but he had not time to address any question to him. A cry of admiration burst from every mouth. If the King appeared to be the first gentleman of his kingdom, the Queen was without doubt the most beautiful woman in France. It is true that the habit of huntress became her admirably. She wore a beaver hat with blue feathers, a shirt out of grey pearl velvet, fastened with diamond clasps, and a petticoat of blue satin, embroidered with silver. On her left shoulder sparkled the diamond studs, on a bow of the same color as the plumes and the petticoat.